This is Section 1, Spain Claims an Empire. The main idea is that Spain claimed a large empire in the Americas. Why it matters now is because the influence of Spain culture remains strong in modern America. Some terms and names: the Treaty of Torres, Mercantilism, Conquistador, Hernando Cortez, Montezuma, and Francisco Pizarro. One European story. Pope Alexander VI had an important decision to make. In 1493, the rulers of Spain and Portugal wanted him to decide who would control the lands of that European sailors were exploring. Ferdinand and Isabella of Spain expected Alexander VI to give Spain the rights over many of these lands. But King John II of Portugal claimed territories too. What would the new pope do? In May 1493, the pope issued his ruling. He drew an imaginary line around the world. It was called the Line of Demarcation. Portugal could claim all non-Christian lands to the east of the line. Spain could claim all non-Christian lands to the west. In this section, you will learn how Spain and Portugal led Europe in the race to gain colonies in America. So, if we look over here, we can see that this red dotted line is the line of demarcation. So over here is Spain, and over here is Portugal. And here's the Treaty of Torres, and we'll learn about that in a moment. And this picture right here is Pope Alexander VI, and Mr. Schreiner believes that he wants this amazing haircut. So, okay. Oh, it's too far. Spain and Portugal compete. King John II was unhappy with the Pope's placement of the line. He believed that it favored Spain, so he demanded that Spanish rulers meet with him to change the Pope's decision. In June 1494, the two countries agreed to the Treaty of Tordesillas. This treaty moved the line of demarcation more than 800 miles further to the west. See, so here's the blue line, which is the Treaty of Tordesillas, and this is the old line. The change eventually allowed Portugal to claim much of eastern South America, which later became the Portugal colony of Brazil. Following the agreement, Spain and Portugal increased their voyages of exploration. European countries had three main goals during the age of exploration. First, they wanted to spread Christianity beyond Europe. Second, they wanted to expand their empires. And third, most important, they wanted to become rich. That was clearly most important to the explorers themselves. By increasing their wealth, European countries gained power and security. An economic system called Mercantilism described how Europeans enriched their treasuries. And see economic on history on page 52. We'll do that. Colonies helped nations grow in several ways. Colonies provided various raw materials as well as mines that produced gold and silver. In addition, colonies served as markets for goods made in the home country. Mercantilism. The main goal of mercantilism was to increase the money in a country's treasury by creating a favorable balance of trade. A country had a favorable balance of trade if it had more exports than imports. Colonies helped a country have the goods to maintain a favorable balance of trade. For example, say Spain sold $500 in sugar to France, and France sold $300 in cloth to Spain. France would also have to pay Spain $200 worth of precious metals to pay for all the sugar. Spain would then have a favorable balance because the value of its exports, sugar, was greater than the value of its imports, cloth. Spain would become richer because of precious metals it received from France. So basically, Spain has $500, let's just think five, and it goes to France, and then France can only give it like $300 or 3 cloth. Okay, let's go back to 500. 500 there, 300, and so that's not fair. So it would have to pay $200 worth of gold and silver to Spain. And then that would be in Spain's favor because it was getting 2 imports? Yeah, imports for 1 export. Okay, exports and imports, okay. But you get the idea, even if I'm saying it wrong. Oh, okay. After Europeans explore foreign lands. After Columbus's first voyage, many explorers went to sea. Italian sailor Amigo Vespucci set out in 1501 to find sea routes to Asia. Vespucci realized that the land he saw on his voyage was not Asia. A German map maker was impressed by Vespucci's accounts of land, so he named the continent America after him. Another famous explorer was the Spaniard Vasco de Pablo. In 1513, he led an expedition through the jungles of Panama and reached the Pacific Ocean. In 1519, Portugal sailor Ferdinand Magellan reached Asia by sailing west around South America. During the long journey, he and his fellow sailors suffered great hardship. A member of his crew described what they ate. A voice from the past. We were 3 months and 20 days without fresh food. We ate biscuits, which no longer biscuits, but powders of biscuits swarming with worms. We drank water that had been putrid for many days. Although Magellan died during the trip, his crew carried on and became the first people to sail around the world. So, if I pronounced anything wrong, ask your teacher about it. And this is the end of part 1 of Spain Claims an Empire.